For me, like I said before, it's an honor to collaborate again with the Institute, with India. I have great memories, and and hopefully we can do more masterclass in the future. Okay. Secondly, I wanna introduce my sister. My sister is Anna. She's not a chef. She's basically a barista manager. She's in charge all the coffee playlist. She's in charge of the coffee playlist, and she helps me with the marketing and social media. And it's Lola. Lola is basically from Mexico. She's just on the way. She's my right hand in the kitchen. She will help me now to do the masterclass. Okay, she's from Mexico, so we can plan in the future to do proper Mexican food in a masterclass. We'll see. Okay, so this is my team today. I have more chefs. Obviously, with the situation, they are at home. No, so we are three of us with Silvia, but she's there. Okay, so we want to start I want to start to explain the masterclass. Okay. Well, the name. Can you hear me properly?
I can see you, Chef, and we have the presentation on as well.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can see you perfectly.
Okay, great. So the name is Fresh Pasticcerie. Okay, what does it mean for me? Fresh. We're trying to explain, or what we're trying to describe from fresh is something that is not freezing. No, it's something that we do every day, daily, every day for ourselves and our guests. So when I come from India and I will start making my shop, one of my best counters, no, I used to do a chocolate mousse, cheesecake. I think the future is gonna go in the way that we need to think about the fresh. It's very difficult because we have to do everyday right, and it's very hard job. But for me, it's very important when you go in a pastry contest and you can see the fresh and the seasonal. Okay, so that's why I call fresh patisserie. Now I will start to explain the concept and the recipes, and then I'm gonna make it in live all the recipes, and we will do the final presentation. Okay.
All right, Chef. So I'll move on to the next slide.
So basically, crostata is the name of the dessert. Basically, crostata is no Spanish name in Italia. Okay, basically something sweet with a biscuit of crunchy on the base. Obviously, this is my version of the crostata. Okay? So as you can see, always we have a biscuit, but it's a very special biscuit or crunchy or something, right? Because it's little salty and it's very light. Okay. Always we make a cream, but this kind of cream is very creamy, very light. It's not a pastry cream. It's a cream based of cream on chocolate. There is no egg in the recipe, so you can actually use for the Indian guests. And always fresh fruit. So what I'm trying to say, the dough is not in the fridge. The dough is not frozen. The cream is not frozen, and the fruit is not frozen. So all the ingredients are fresh. It's very important. Okay, that's the point of this kind of pastry, right? And then so as you can see in the next picture, so I put before and after. So we make, sorry, it's the way that we make. So we put the cream, we have a little bit of the jam or fresh purees or with the leftover fruit, we just make a kind of a confiture, and then we put the fruits. Okay, this basically is pistachio and strawberry, so we're gonna make here the cream, and you can see, but same concept, different flavors, different fruits, as always. Okay. The next picture, as you can see, okay, is the same. Vanilla and raspberries. Today we don't want to make the raspberries because now it's summer. It's quite hot in Spain, so the quality of the fruit is not that great. It's not good for me. So I have to use another fruit. And below you can see we call crostata mixta because we use vanilla pistachio and all the fruit mix. Okay. Well, this is the next picture is almost same as you can see. And we take another picture. Okay, and this is the same concept but with different recipe. This picture and this recipe I want to leave for the last because I want to explain this kind of this concept. Okay, it's similar but it's totally different. So now I want to start to explain the recipe from the crostata. Okay?
All right, Chef. So I'm going to stop sharing my screen so that we can see you in full screen again. Thank you very much for that lovely presentation.
Okay. Lola, please bring the crostata dough. Vale. I don't know if the student has a recipe in front or no.
Yes, Chef. We shared the recipe with them today itself.
Okay, so when this is the base. Okay, as you can see, it's in a biscuit. Okay, please show them. Put in the camera. You can see the layer of the biscuit. It's not hard. It's very fluffy and salty, crunchy biscuit. It's very interesting for the flavor. It's very nice with the combination of the cream and the fruits. Okay. Why is different this biscuit? Okay, if you have the recipe, you can see that we have egg yolks, butter, salt, and flour, and baking powder. Okay, so what we do to have this kind of a texture, first of all, we whip the egg yolk like a sabaglione, like a biscuit, like a sponge. Okay, so we have the air. I don't want to make here because it's going to take too much time to do it, but it's very simple. So basically, we whip the egg yolk with the sugar, okay, like we make like a normal sponge. When this egg is nice and fluffy, we add the flour, the salt, and baking powder. Fine. There's nothing different. It's very simple to make it. When these all ingredients are mixed, we add the melted butter. Not hot, not cold. Melt, warm, room temperature, okay? Because if it's cold, it's gonna split. And if it's too hot, you're gonna make it nice. So it has to be warm. You melt it in the microwave, you melt it in the bowl, wherever, cool it down a little bit, between 25, 30 degrees, and you put in the machine with all ingredients. And then you rest it in the fridge for the next day. And then you have this kind of a dough. Okay? It's nothing special, it's like the dough. So this dough, you just need to laminate between two papers, like a normal biscuit, like a normal tablet. What is different is the way that we make, because we whip the egg yolk, okay? And there is a baking powder, it helps to grow the biscuit and the salt. So we laminate, as usual, nothing, in the machine or in the rolling pin, whatever, okay? So now, you have the dough. We have regular mold, and please, Olora. You can use bigger size, small size. I'm not gonna put in the camera. Okay. It's nothing special. It's nothing new model. It's aluminium. Okay. So that's what you have in the kitchen. Square, round, whatever you like. Fine. Got it? Okay. So now. Thank you. So you have the dough, you laminate between two papers, better. Try to don't put too much flour between you laminate, okay, just a little bit to help the dough. So we have kind of a spray fat. This is a bit oil, okay. If you don't have oil, you can put butter, whatever. Little bit. Very important, don't put too much fat in the mold. Because otherwise the biscuit is gonna flip in the mold. So just a little bit with the finger, okay? You put over the mold. We cut That's it. Okay? And this you make whatever the size you want, and we bake in the recipe says 150, 25 minutes. Very light temperature, 20-25 minutes. And see, you can see the color. And any questions about the biscuit, the crostata? About the base?
Yeah, students, if you have any questions, please feel free to type them out in the chat box. And Chef, I will let you know if there are any questions. I've asked the students to put them in the chat box.
Great. Okay, so now we have our base done. So I want to show you, we want to make one of the screens live to see the techniques. Okay? So I don't want to make all the screens, I want to make one of them, the vanilla cream, namelaka. Okay? I want to make now, so I want to explain how we use.
Sorry, there are two questions that have just come. Chef, did you heat the eggs with sugar before whipping them? Did you heat them up? Okay, the question is, did you heat the eggs?
The biscuit? No.
Did you heat the eggs with sugar? Did you beat the eggs with sugar before whipping them?
Always egg and sugar together. Always.
All right. And what should be the thickness of the rolling of the dough? When you roll the dough, what should the thickness be?
Good question. In my laminated machine, I put number 5. ¿Cuántos centímetros crees que será el grosor de la cosa? 5 millimeters. Anyway, like I said before, pastry you have to try always. It's nothing. My machine rolling the one.
All right, Chef, why don't you carry on? We have 2 more questions. Last question: can the biscuit batter be eggless?
No, this can be eggless. But I have a solution. I want to show you in the last.
Okay.
In the last with the pie, I want to show you one substitute of the eggless. That's why I was telling you I want to leave for the last, because I know a lot of people is eggless in India. I have an idea. So I just explain the crostata, how it's making. Like I said before, always you need to practice in the kitchen. I say 5 millimeters, but maybe you like 6 millimeters, or maybe you like 4 millimeters. Doesn't matter. In the end of the day, if the biscuit is right, it's good. If you make the right process and it's nice taste, you can see higher, lower. It's up. For me, this is the good thickness. Vale, Lola. So now we want to make the vanilla namelaka. You have the recipe there. It's a very nice cream and it's eggless. Okay. So I think one of this idea you can use a lot in India for the buffets, for a pastry, for a chocolate. So you can make a cake. Inside the cake, we can put the vanilla cream, and then there's a lot of ideas. And you can know, you put vanilla, you can put cinnamon, you can put cardamom, you can put all the spices. You can change the white chocolate for the dark chocolate. So it's a very nice recipe to use in the future and in the shop or pastry, whatever. Okay. So this is the recipe. So we have milk, vanilla pot, gelatin, opalis, what means white chocolate, whole cream, glucose. If you want, you can put cinnamon stick. I don't put cinnamon stick. I will just put plain vanilla. Okay, good. So I have all the ingredients. Okay, Anita, ¿se puede enfocar? No. Okay, I have all the ingredients. So normally when we have a chocolate and a cream and milk, we make an emulsifier. Okay? Always when I learn to make emulsifier, I always put the liquid, so the cream, into the chocolate. I never put chocolate into the milk because I see the emulsifier is always to put. It's like we make mayonnaise, no? The fat, so the eggs, and then the oil. It's the same way. So we have the fat below, we put the water there, and we emulsify. Always to make an art, namelakas, mousses, everything. So I want to make in a thermomix because it's a small amount. So it's nothing there. Melted chocolate. Doesn't matter if it's 35, 40 degrees. Should be melted. Okay? No. If you don't have Thermomix, you can use with a hand blender, fine. But it's very important to emulsify with the blender always. Okay? Not with a whisk. Blender to have the right texture in the end. So, chocolate is there. Okay? Let's put in the machine. My milk and the vanilla. What I will do, I just wanna take the sheet from the vanilla, put in the milk, and warm it up in the microwave. Nothing. This is that. Okay. I know that in India it's very expensive and very difficult to get vanilla for the regular work in the hotels and restaurants. Don't worry about vanilla. You don't have vanilla. Put cinnamon sticks, put cardamom, whatever you like, saffron. Okay, it doesn't need to be vanilla. I mean, obviously, I like vanilla, but if you don't have in the restaurant, whatever you have, you can use your for the cream. Okay, milk is there. I wanna boil it in the microwave. My gelatin leaf hydrated in the cold water. Okay. Because when the milk is boiled or is warm, I want to put my gelatin in the milk and then in the chocolate. Why? To make sure the gelatin is totally melted. As well, important. Gelatin should be melted. Okay? Warm, as you can see, Anita. ¿Vale? Okay? So, look, the gelatin inside the hot milk, and now we're gonna make the emulsify with the white chocolate. Eh? There's nothing there. It's chocolate. I put my milk. Obviously with the vanilla, and the my gelatin is already melted, so I don't have to worry. Just emulsify like a normal ganache. Okay. So now I have two ingredients left: cold cream and the glucose. This all ingredients I like to put in so the cream should be cold and the glucose as well. Why? To keep to make sure the texture is very creamy. Para asegurarme que la textura sea bien cremosa. To make sure that the texture is very creamy. If I boil the cream, I will lose some fat. I will lose some texture in the end. So I have to use it. I have to incorporate the cream when it's totally cold, from the fridge, and the glucose the same. Okay, normally if you see all the recipes for cream and ganache, they always say boil the cream, boil the milk, whatever. Now I only boil the milk, but the cream I want to add it when it's cold. So the texture of my cream is perfect. It's a very nice, it's a very nice technique that you used to use. We used to use a lot for ganaches, cream, whipped cream, a lot of ideas we can use. Okay. Okay. So chocolate, milk, gelatin, vanilla gel, or cream. And the glucose. If you don't have glucose in India, you can put better sugar or honey. Okay, so it will help to have more smoothness of the cream. Obviously, I like glucose because in better sugar or honey is more sweetness. The sweetness is higher, so glucose is lower. So I like to keep the texture but the sweetness as well. Anyway, if you don't have glucose, you can put honey. That's fine. Okay, so I just wanna emulsify it again, and the cream is ready. ¿Vale? So now the cream is ready. So look at the texture now. It's very liquid. I know it's very liquid, but don't worry. It should be like this. This liquid. So now it's very important to rest it in the fridge at least 24 hours. Okay. To keep so the gelatin, the chocolate, all the creams are totally set, and then we use. And now obviously you will see the result when we make the final product, the crostada. Okay? Any questions about the process for the cream?
Chef, not at the moment. I've requested the students to save their questions at the end. Maybe we'll have a couple of minutes of question and answer at the end.
Okay, fine, sorry. Okay, cool. So now, okay, we put it obviously. And now we put it in the fridge. Okay? ¿Alguien sube ya se puede? Okay, so now we have done the base, we have done the cream. I don't want to show you how to make a jam because I think in the school the teachers they will teach you how to make a jam. Basically, because in the middle of the tart we put jam, confiture, any kind of the jelly. It's up to you, okay? So I don't want to spend time to make a jam. I have my jam ready. So now I want to start making the dessert, okay? Dame la- Hay una lástima, luego se llama. Ahora quiero que vean bien la textura. Now, I want to show you, this is the vanilla cream, the vanilla namelaca that I made before. This is bigger size. This is the one that we make now. Dame una cucharita, ¿sí? Okay, Anita, please. Let's start to. You can see the cream? Can you see it?
Yeah, chef, we can.
Okay. This is totally the same. Always it's a bigger quantity because we use in a bigger proportion in the kitchen. But look at the creamy of the cream. Okay? That's what I'm talking about, the texture, the emulsifiers. Look. You can see properly or no?
Yes, yes, crystal clear.
This is very important. That's why I'm saying about the emulsifier and to use the cold cream. So you have the right texture to make a nice dessert. Okay? And this is the pistachio cream that you have the recipe there. The process is actually the same. You have cold cream, well, in this case you don't use milk, you have hot cream, cold cream, gelatin, and chocolate. A pistachio, obviously pistachio. And okay, and look, and it's absolutely the same. It's a nice texture. Okay, you can see the smoothness of the cream, and really focus always to keep nice textures and nice, and good flavors in the cream. I remember. Tell me. I was saying. I remember my first month in Gurgaon when I used to work in the Leela. The first thing that we changed it was the pastry cream. And I was telling to my team, say, see, this is a very basic recipe, a very basic ingredient. Should be the best because we use for the buffet, we use for a pastry chef, we use for everything. So we had to do the best recipe. So this was the first thing that we changed in the Leela Gurgaon. So I really focus because it's very important for me. This is the base of the product, the base of the dessert. If the base are not great, never gonna be the best dessert. That's what I'm saying. Always in the institute. It's very important to make a nice biscuit, to make a nice mousse, to make a nice cream. The knowledge of the basis has to be always excellent to achieve the best dessert. If this is not good and the texture is wrong and the flavor is not good, forget it. You will never have good dessert. It's like I say in India, I remember most of the would say a lot of people used to really focus on decorations and to make it nice cake. See, that's obviously important. But the most important thing is the basics. Obviously, I have my experience around the world, and with the basics, the ideas always come. So it's very important. Okay, so fine. I want to start making the first final product. Okay, the crostata. I'm not going to put it down in. So now, facing back. Uh, I don't know. I forget the name in English. I don't know how the name in English. So,
This is a nozzle, chef.
nostrils, yeah. Okay, I forget it. Le pondremos una hoja de un cartón. ¿Sí? Esa es mi conveniencia. ¿Lo monto ya o...? No, sí, búscalo ya, sí. Te puedo traer rápido. Okay. No. ¿Cómo lo junto un poco más? Sí, júntalo. I want to put the camera as close as I can. Look, the texture again. I know I'm very annoying about the texture, but it's very important. Look at the texture. It's all from the clean, eh? Look at this. Okay? This is what I call fresh. Okay? Because from my kitchen, you want to go to the shop. Doesn't take any congelación, any freezing process at all. Okay? So, again, I want to make another one. Now, in the hole, I put this is blueberry jam. Well, no, it's more like a jelly, it's not jam, because for me the jams are very sweet, too much sweet. So I want to cut the sweetness. So I just make a very light jelly with the pure, with the fruits, okay? And then, again, I just want to finish it off with another little cream on top. Okay, so my crostata is almost done. And now it's about inspiration of the chef. Okay, so now, actually, now we have a project. We are working with a farmer of a blueberries. So look at the quality of these blueberries. It's a local product. I have a project with a farmer, so he is giving me the best quality of blueberries. Look at the size, eh? The quality is very, very nice and the size as well. So what I do now, I just put my blueberries around the crostata. You know, I never cut the blueberries because in a pastry canter they will dry very fast and it lose the flavor and the texture. So I keep it whole. Yeah. Okay, okay. So now what I do, I have a blackberry. Okay. No, 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 da igual, sí, sí, ¿qué puedo hacer? So I have my blueberry, blackberry. I put a little bit of cold glaze, to get nice shiny, and we just put on top. Okay, so this is how it looks. The first tostada. Okay, Lola's gonna finish the another one. I wanna make the second one. Okay. So the second one, I wanna make the mix because I wanna use the same concept vanilla cream. Again, I wanna put my blueberry gel, but now I wanna finish it with a pistachio cream. Okay, so now look at the texture of the pistachio cream. So what I do now, I just mix the fruit. For example, the strawberry. Again, I put a couple of blueberries. And regular we used to put raspberry on top, but I don't have it like I explained before. So I wanna put another, for example, another blueberry. Okay, so now this is the crostata mixta. Like I say, as you can see, I don't cover. ¿Cómo le digo? Que yo no cubro todo el post. I don't cover the whole bag with the fruit. No, I like to see cream mixed a little bit, okay? Because if my cream is nice, I have a nice texture, I don't want to cover it. I want to see, my guests want to see the cream and see what's inside, okay? I just put a little bit of fruit, a little bit of cream. So now I want to make the last crostata in the pistachio strawberries, and then I want to explain the last recipe that I said before in the presentation. So the same crostata, okay? For me, very important the textures always. Now I'm gonna use my I now I'm making my strawberry gel. Okay. And again, I'm gonna use. Uh, now I wanna put a little bit of my pistachio, fresh pistachio. Will give nice color. Okay. And then again, the same concept. That's a little bit of strawberries. That's it. In my opinion, it doesn't need to be full of fruit. It be just a little bit of fruit with little bit of cream, and it will be nice. Okay? Thank you, Rita, for the support, and Lord always help me in. They're running in the kitchen. And that this is for the students. If they can see our Instagram, for example, we changed. 2 months ago, we used to make pistachio from raspberry pistachio crostata. We used to cut the raspberries. I used to make it like a flower. Okay, the picture is in the Instagram. They can have a look. So, like I say, inspiration comes from anyone, anytime. It's up, pistachio, vanilla. So we can do saffron, cardamom with chocolate or whatever. Okay. So the crostata is finished. Lola is making a presentation. If you want to ask me a question, or I want to explain the last recipe.
All right. I think, Chef, we'll move on to the last recipe. As I said, we'll keep the question answers at the end. Otherwise, it'll become it'll spoil the momentum.
Okay. This is for me. I'm very proud of this recipe because this is one. To be honest, this is one recipe that I really create myself to investigate, to think, and there's a lot of history in this recipe. And I don't know if you have a picture. This. Anita, please. Okay, this is a picture. You had a picture. This is a pie. Okay, this is a pie. When we because let's see how to explain. When I say a pie, okay, one of the most famous dishes is lemon pie. When I was traveling around the world, London, France, Spain, everybody loves lemon pie. That's fine. So, when I was start thinking, say, well, what it means of pie? What is the ingredients of pie? I always is a chocolate, it's a cream, and a meringue. Okay, so the word. So I was, very focused. So each ingredient has to do the best, not to make like regular sweet paste, laminate, no, because it's nothing special. So we start from the base, and now this is the idea I was playing with egg and gluten free. The regular recipe I'm making Okay, so what I do to make it crunchy, okay, I use my crostata base, the shell that I have, but I just cut it in squares. Okay, so this is crunchy. But how we can improve my base, because this is okay. So I use, this is called paquete. I think in England they used to know. It's a kind of un barquillo. It's a kind of used to make a lot with a chocolate bonbons. Enséñaselo. No, ahora le explico así. Okay, that's fine. So what I do, I just mix the crostata and this kind of a paquete. Okay. It's a kind of a waffle, but in England we used to do it in Leela. Okay, it's a very crunchy, very fine waffle. And then what I do to improve my shortcut, I use mango liofilizado, como es, no, it's not dry. No, it's liofilized, no, I don't know how to say it. Liofilizado. Give me 1 second. No, liofilizado. It's a kind of a very dry mango, but it's not dry mango, it's called liofilizado. Can you see? I can see the picture.
Okay. Yeah, chef, if I can ask you to just send me a picture on WhatsApp of the product. Maybe I'll try and translate it and share it with the students.
Yeah, it's a kind of a deshidratado, deshydrated, dry, but very crunchy. A lot of flavor. So I have mango there, okay? A little of passion fruit as well. This all for my base. So now, what I do with all these dry, crunchy ingredients, I want to use cocoa butter to crystallize, because the cocoa butter doesn't give me any flavor and keep me, it's a good ingredient to avoid the moisture. Okay, so I use the cocoa butter a little bit. I can send the recipe anytime. Okay, now what I do, I put my ring. I'm going to make a couple of them. I know most of the students are thinking, oh yes, but in India, I don't have this ingredient. Wait, I have an idea for you. Okay, this is where I do my version of the pie. Okay? I'm going to keep in the fridge for 5 minutes and then you will see the result. Vale, puedes ponerlo ahí. El carne sin gluten, las avellanas y las flautas. So now, okay, arriba. Now So this is what I'm saying. It's very important the base. If you have the knowledge, we can improve a lot. Question is how I can make a pie, how I can make my crostata without egg. So when I did that, I was thinking, okay, let's do something. So when empieza ahí, ¿verdad? I'm gonna bring now. So what I've done, okay, I create a caramel without egg, without flour, and without sugar. So I can have gluten-free, sugar-free, and eggless-free. Okay? So this is my base. I don't use crostata. I want to set the recipe. So I create this kind of a crumble. Very basic, very basic. Okay? It's regular crumble. I make with walnut, almond powder, fructose. Okay? And with butter. Even you can take the butter, you can put a little bit of olive oil, you will have, and you have your base. So that's a great idea for Indian guests, okay? Even for a gluten-free and for a sugar-free guest, okay? Now, okay, you don't have the fruit, the dry fruit. We can use hazelnut, for example, okay? So I will do the same process. Okay, encéndelo ahí, encéndelo. Okay, this is the mix of caramel and hazelnut. Now, and then we can use the cereal, for example. This is a Rice Krispie. So then, I think you can find it in any kind of a supermarket. If not, you can use granola. You can use any cereal that you have regular in India. Okay. So we mix again with our mix. So we have three different textures. Without egg. Obviously, if it's gluten free, I don't want to use the cereal. I just want to keep my gluten free caramel and my hazelnut. Okay? But let's say that we want to make eggless crostata or eggless pie. And put some orange zest, lime zest, cinnamon, masala powder. Inspiration is a lot of ideas. If we have a good base. Again, cocoa butter. Esa la textura que queda. I'm gonna make it a little bit. Sí, I'm gonna make a picture, I'm gonna send to a Zoom. Ahora se puede enfocar de ver un poco. So now, and again, we keep in the fridge. ¿Vale? Okay. So what I'm saying, if we have the knowledge of the basics, we can do a lot of things. So for a simple caramel, we can build a nice dessert, sugar-free, eggless, and whatever we want. I think it's possible. Okay, so now, after I wanna send all the recipes, okay, so you can have it. So this is a very special cream because I know in India maybe you know it, maybe no. We use this kind of a chocolate. This is from I know from Albania, maybe all of you know. It's called inspiration. Basically, it's a chocolate made by fresh deshydrated mango or passion fruit, for example. So it's a lot of flavor. It's natural color. Okay. So I don't use any puree. I use this chocolate and I'm making the same way of the pistachio. My cream. Look at my texture. Yeah. Okay. It needs to have 5 more minutes. I want to make one, just transit. Okay, I want to leave. Okay, now we can actually put a little bit of the fruit. We can put a mango puree. We can put a fresh mango with the main inside of the tart. And now, Lola, ¿qué es el merengue? Puedes estar tú, la fruta, sí. La fruta de fruta no está nada. And now I'm making a sweet meringue. Very nice and very light meringue. I will show you the recipe, don't worry. So that's what I'm saying. It's a different version of a pie that can be transferred of a gluten-free, eggless, sugar-free, whatever we want, we can do it. You always with three ingredients, meringue, cream, and a kind of a base. So that's what I'm saying is very special and you know how we can improve our pastry level always with a good basis. This is my target. And always it's a fresh pastry because it's it's not taking any freezer and we make in the morning for our kitchen to our guests. So our guests taking always the best quality on all the flavors and all the textures. So now let's start just totally with the menu. Let's see. Espera, por ahí. Después no sé qué uno. So now, very people are done. I hope you can see a little bit the process and how we do it. So now, any questions?
All right. First of all, Chef, let me thank you and congratulate you. You've done a fantastic presentation. Thank you so much. We've learned a lot. I've honestly speaking, I don't think I've seen you in action like this for over 5 or maybe 6 years now, and it's really good to see you again. Can I make a small request? Can we possibly have the plates, the products that you made one last time on the table so that we can see them one more time?
I have to put the pies, but you can see now this is the last. This is the presentation. I want to put two pies because they are in the fridge. The, the bake has to be rest for 5 more minutes. Well, you can see, I want to take a picture. I want to show it to you as you. Okay, so you can have it.
Yeah, perfect. When
So,
I receive it, I'll share it with the students, no doubt.
the final product. You imagine all these kind of colors in a in a pastry counter or in a buffet or in a small coffee shop or bakery, whatever you want to do, you can do it. Even in a pastry shell, it looks great, and you can expect to the guests. It's really, really, it's the original fresh pastry because it's fresh from the fridge. It's nothing in the freezer, and so for me, it's actually good concept to develop it.
Perfect. Well, there you have it, students. Thank you so much, Chef. Let me just, 1 second. Thank you.